This is homework 1, problem 4. Here we have a boat, and given that the tension in AB is 312 pounds, and we're finding x, y, and z components of the force exerted on boat at B. So here we want to draw the force in x, y, z coordinates. So here's x, y, and z. Let's say this is point B, and we have a force pointing to point A, and we have a 40 degree angles and a 20 degree angles. And we can say here, let me draw it. So the force of the projection, let's call it FH. So here we can break it down into FH and a force component in y direction, which is this way. But for now, let's focus on finding FH first. So by looking at that, we can see it's a triangle with 20 degree on this corner, and this is our FH and FAB. So this is FAB. And to find FH, we can just simply do the trigonometry equals FAB sine 20 degrees. And then we can, by plugging FAB equals to 312, we can solve for FH, which is 106.7103 pounds. After we're having FH, we can then looking at the XZ plane to solving FX and FZ. So let me redraw the triangle here. As you can see, this triangle will be the triangle in the XZ plane. So we have 40 degrees. This is FH and FX and FZ. To find Fx, we will just do FH times cosine 40 degrees. By plugging FH, we have Fx equals to, be careful here since we have FH pointing this way, but we have positive x direction in this way. So FH will be break down in negative x direction and negative z direction. So when we plug it in, we'll have negative 106.7103 times cosine 40 degrees. F of x would then be negative 81.7448 pounds. For FZ, we'll do it a similar way. FH times sine 40 degrees. So FZ would be negative 68.592 pounds. And lastly, we'll find Fy. To find Fy, we'll just use FAB. Here we have Fy. We have FAB pointing in this way, and we have Fy pointing here. So Fy then would just be FAB times cosine 20 degrees, which equals to 293.1841 pounds. And move to the next part. We are solving for delta x, delta y, and delta z. So we have, let's bring it here, fx, fy, and fz. So to find those angles, we can use cosine, or let's say fx equals to cosine delta x times the force. Because, for example, when we have a triangle, let's say this is force F, and we're finding fx. So the angle then would be here, would be here. Let's say this is axis. So to find delta x, we'll just cosine delta x equals to fx divided by f. Plug in the numbers, which is negative 81.7448 over 312. And by doing the cosine inverse, we have delta x equals to 105.1889 degrees. Similar to delta y. So fy would then be equals to fy times cosine delta y. And cosine delta y would be equals to fy divided by f. Here we have 293.1841 divided by 312. So delta y would then be 20 degrees. For fc, just do the same thing. V and cosine delta z equals fz divided by f, which is negative 68.592 divided by 312. Delta z then be 102.7 degrees.